Barack Obama, Blackpink, Chris Martin, Richard Branson, and the late Queen of England, how are they relate to this girl on the right-hand side of the picture? Have a guess. I will reveal the answer later in my talk. I've had a fancy career. In the last 2 decades, I built multi-million-dollar private client businesses for the world's top luxury brands. My job was to grow teams that strive in relationship building with the top 1% of the luxury clients. We work very hard to create memorable customer experiences that nurture their loyalty and deliver commercial success. Along the journey, I've trained over 2,000 clienteling experts globally and built trusting relationships with celebrities, royal families, and top executives. The truth is, I wasn't always very good at relationship building. In fact, I was terrified by it at the beginning. This girl on the right-hand side of the picture was me 18 years ago. My first job in the luxury industry was as a management trainee in a global travel retailer. My now very dear friend Crystal and I were the only 2 local graduates make it to the position. I will never forget my first global management trainee event in San Francisco. The event started with a cocktail session, and we all advised to mingle with the senior leaders as much as possible and make a lasting impression. Arriving at a ballroom full of smart, well-groomed colleagues, I had so much self-doubt. I felt small in my unbranded outfit. I was a bit ashamed of my far from polished English accent. And I couldn't shake the thought that with my humble upbringing, I would not appear interesting to anyone. I tried to stick close to Crystal as much as possible and avoid eye contact with the senior leaders. 20 minutes into the networking event, I had to lock myself in the restroom. My mouth was dry, my head dizzy. I took a deep breath, and my tears started to fall. It was so dreadful having to hang out with people I just could not relate to. The rest of the night went by so slowly. By the end of the night, I went back to my hotel room feeling totally defeated. I remember so vividly looking out of my hotel window, tears in my eyes, and I had this big realization that to build a career in this industry, I would have to overcome my fear in networking. And I would also have to stop beating myself up and develop a healthier relationship with me. Since then, I've read many books, communications, the art of presentation, human psychology, you named it. I developed a habit of observing how others make me feel special. At work, in a networking event, on a plane, in a store. And the more I applied my learning into action, the more it became clear to me that relationship building is the key in getting ahead. I worked hard. I rose from a training specialist to become the youngest private client director, and then the vice president of private client. And eventually, it became to feel like I'm ready for my next step. My confidence grew. So I left my corporate job to pursue what I really want for the next chapter of my life, to empower more people in building meaningful relationships. So today, I'm going to share 3 important ingredients about relationship building with you. Do you know what the most powerful word in the English language is? According to a study by Yale University, the most powerful word is you. This should not come as a surprise, as we all want to feel valued and appreciated in relationship building. So the first ingredient of relationship building, it is about you. People who thrive in relationship building have the ability to make the other person feel special. And after years of servicing the luxury clients, I've learned that what really makes the other person feel special is never about the tangible hardware, nor the expensive presents, nor the extravagant events, but the intangible software. How you make someone feel special. And the essence of the software can be consolidated in 4 simple words. I call it the SPCV model. As for sincerity, my boss used to teach me, be like a mirror for your client. Luxury customers value authenticity. Give them our honest feedback, even if it means to tell them not to buy something if it doesn't look good on them. P for presence. Giving someone our full attention when you're with them. Be so attentive to their reactions and needs, even the unspoken ones. This could be spotting someone's champagne glass is half empty, or adjusting the room temperature when you see someone shivering. C for curiosity. One of my most powerful lessons about relationship building is that being interested makes you interesting. It's about the other person. Asking relevant questions, engaging in small talk, make the other person feel special. And lastly, V for versatility. Adjust your communication style to meet the demeanor of the person in front of you. This could be formal, with the classic clients, or casual, relaxed, even crack a joke or two with the younger generations. So each of these 4 words is very variable on its own, but when you're able to apply them together in relationship building, it's one of the most powerful tools that you have in your hands. Let me tell you a personal success story. One of my clients is the owner of a billion-dollar hedge fund company, and she's also the top client of every luxury brand. Through browsing the social media and engaging in my conversation with her, I've discovered her passion for Pandas. So I decided to curate a very unique high jewelry experience for her around the Pandas. Imagine you are her, a busy, savvy CEO who receives a lot of expensive presents on a regular basis. And one day, you arrive home. You see this cute, fluffy panda wearing a t-shirt of your initials on it, holding an event invitation. This deeply personal gesture intrigues you, and you decide to give this experience a go. The moment you embark on a journey and go into a first-class flight, you see the second panda waiting on your chair, holding this mini suitcase that exactly looks like yours. And as you arrive at the hotel room, you see the third panda sitting on the coffee table, holding a bunch of pink-colored balloons, and pink happens to be your favorite color, my dear. And lastly, the next day when you arrive at the event venue, you see the fourth panda tucked in a corner, gazing up at you and holding a bag of your favorite Chengdu snacks. These are very small touches, but they deeply connect to my client's heart. And I sealed a $20 million high jewelry deal. The word customer journey is not a privilege reserved for the luxury field. Every interaction we have with the other person and every relationship that we build is a journey. This could be meeting your HR manager for an interview, meeting your group mates for a new project, or celebrating the 5th anniversary with your loved ones. Apply the SPCV model and curate as many memorable relationship journeys as possible. So, who do you think in this picture is a luxury client? The answer is all of them. Luxury clienteling 101. Don't judge clients by how they look. I have been so delightfully surprised so many times by the spending potential of clients who dress in the most humble style. And the same rationale applies to relationship building. So the second ingredient of relationship building, it is about everyone. You might have heard of the term 6 degrees of separation. It refers to the idea that we are all either 6 or fewer social connections away from one another. Do you still remember the 5 people that I mentioned at the beginning of the talk? Yeah, let me show you how they are related to me. My husband's friend worked on Richard Branson's private island as a sports coach. My ex-boss in the British fashion house used to look after the late Queen's wardrobe needs. One of my clients is a neighbor of Chris Martin, and their children go to the same school. My husband's colleague worked for Barack Obama. And lastly, one of my ex-colleagues, now here, very dear friend, she's the head of marketing, and Blackpink is one of her clients. So I'm not suggesting I'm in any personal or professional relationships with these people, but this illustrates a very powerful message. One way or the other, we are all connected to everyone out there. So it's up to us to nurture every relationship that we encounter. I have personally had so many delightful relationship evolution stories in my life. And here are some examples. My head of marketing, she's here today. She was my intern that I hired 14 years ago. One of my new clients is born out of a networking relationship that I built 7 years ago. A friend of mine advised me to attend this online training. And little did I know, it was where I met my now husband. These examples show that we just cannot predict how relationships will evolve. So keep planting seeds and playing the relationship long game. It is worth it. The myth about relationship building is that it is about other people. The reality is, the most important relationship we must build in our life is the relationship we have with ourselves. So the last ingredient of relationship building, it is about me. For the longest time, I've been working on getting external affirmation, polishing my English accent, buying more luxury labels, climbing the corporate ladder, moving from one prestige company to the other, and eventually I've had them all. But I still found something missing. I embarked on a journey of self-discovery, and it wasn't easy. It took me time. But I finally realized that instead of looking out and seeking the world's approval, I have to look within and explore a vision for what I really want for myself. And here I am, standing on a stage, empowering more people about relationship building. So here's my invitation for you. Take the time to be with you and explore within and create your vision for best life. Some questions for you to ponder are, what do you really care about? How do you want people to remember you? And how do you want to be in relationship with others? Only by being truly comfortable with yourself and pursuing what really matters to you can you thrive in relationship building with others. My husband, Andrew, often says this to me. Sometimes I'm just a small girl in big girl's shoes. Yes, I love the finer things in life. I wouldn't say no to a glass of champagne or a nice tailored jacket. But deep down, I'm still the compassionate, warm, and shy little girl who is most comfortable spending time with my loved ones over a tasty hot pot. By consistently striving to make others feel special, playing the relationship long game, and developing a healthy relationship with me. I have come a long way. And you can do it too. Thank you.